Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast. We're back.
We have not one guest, but we have a second one.
Yeah, but one of them doesn't matter. I'll let them determine.
Wow. That's all I'm going to say.
We have talked before hitting the button. This is the last time that we're going to talk about Blizzard Bash 22.
You can only kick a dead horse.
Correct.
So many times. But I wanted this one.
Yep. We've talked about some speculation, some hearsay.
Unless Tim Clark reaches out.
Correct.
We'll talk about it then.
We kind of wanted some final justification about some shit that went down, and I think we're going to kind of get that today.
We're getting all the driver perspectives. We need that. We need somebody from the other side.
Yeah. Today we're actually going to talk about the horse fuckery that went on a little bit. Mr. Cody Brown is in studio with us today.
Yeah.
So, little Chody, what's up?
Oh, it's fucking here, living another day.
Living another day. So, getting his stick broke off for absolutely zero reason didn't affect Cody's life outside of the Derby world whatsoever. Except for what'd you say? You had 500 Snapchats and messages after Sunday night of Blizzard Bash?
Oh, I'm gonna say at a rough amount of I'd say 400 Snapchat requests, umpteen hundred Facebook messages me of people telling me that I royally fucked.
Not in the good way either.
I even had a guy from the mod single class. He messaged me and he said, "Anywhere you guys go," he said, I'll run with you guys. And I said, "Yeah, I seen what happened to you." I said, "That's some shit luck." I said, "Bad luck." He said, "Yeah, my luck was bad, but I don't think it was as bad as yours."
So,
Well, give him the mic. Let him tell his side.
first question. This is your first, we all have talked about, quotations, big show experience. We've talked to you guys before Blizzard Bash, how the build process went and everything like that. So, let's just start off. You dumped a transmission the week before.
Yes.
You got that fixed, no issues.
No issues at all. I think what stopped us was the flex plate. Flex plate was fucking off-brand shit.
Okay. So that's out of the way. So now we're going to leave the microphone to you guys. You guys got the cars loaded up, got the tools loaded up, and you guys headed from Easton, New London to Topeka, Kansas.
Correct.
Now it's on you.
About?
You drive out.
Oh.
You unload.
We get everything set up. We're just kind of nervous. First big show. We're kind of here to make a name. Just show that we don't run just county fairs. We can run big shows too. And, anyway, Wednesday night comes. We showed up, Monday. But anyway, fast forward, Wednesday comes, we're getting teched. And, we go through tech first time, come back. I think I had 12 things on my list. Everybody got their stuff fixed. Dale, we're going back to retech, and I made it through, and Dale had to cut one thing. And I said, well, you might as well just go back to the shop, go back to the tent real quick, and cut that real quick. I said, and come back. Well, he left. He made it halfway down, and threw a rod outside the block. Now, granted, this engine's got about 15 minutes of runtime.
Mm-hmm.
So we fixed that. Big thanks, Kyle Pudwitter, PJ Schnarr, Phil Schnarr, all them guys. Without Gary Robertson and all them, without you guys, really, we wouldn't have got it done. Big thanks to Gary Robertson. That dude is like 4 guys. I'm not kidding. That's the only way you're gonna keep up with him. We got all that fixed. Got down teched in Thursday morning or whatever. Whenever the last call for retech was. And I could be wrong. Got down teched in, and we're waiting. Anyway, Thursday night comes. We tell each other we did draw. I felt like we draw one of the hardest teams Thursday night.
I'm going to stop you right there. y'all drew some bad motherfuckers, in my opinion. Your opinion too, Steven. I mean,
Yes.
they ain't no joke.
No, they're veterans. They are veterans,
They've been there, done that.
and they know the game.
Yes.
And and I'm good friends with those guys. We helped them all year before. We helped them work on their cars. Anyway, we knew. I told Dalen. I said, Dalen, we win this. I was like, we're sitting good. I said, we're gonna be sitting good. I said, if we lose this, I said it's gonna be a battle. And he's like,
because nobody wants to take the long road.
no, nobody.
No, it
I hate the long road.
sucks.
Makes for a
And-
long week.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we should have lost Thursday night. I'm just gonna lay that out there right now. We should have lost Thursday.
I mean, in the words of Rob Hewer,
Better be lucky and good.
Yes. We got out there right off the rip. Oh yeah, hydro steering. Fuck that.
That was going to be my question. How's the steering go?
Well,
The steering components on Cody's 03 held up just fine.
Yeah, I think
It was.
it's
You
Dale
guys
and
tried the hydro
everybody
steering.
else.
Wasn't this the first time you
Yes,
guys tried
all
it?
4 of us had hydro steering. Now we go out there. Dalen lost steering in about 15 seconds
Yep.
because he didn't know where his wheels was. He didn't know where his wheels was or where they were. He lost steering. Harley.
actually, I'm still blaming that on Derek.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the little dude, so I'm probably gonna take a nuts shot. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Karma. Anyway, that happens. Harley ended up I think losing a lower ball joint a few minutes in, and then I don't know if he lost transmission or not, but I didn't find out for Friday morning he grenaded his rear end. I saw his wheels moving just fine, so I gave him a bump to see if he could go, and he couldn't move. So I already knew right there, he's dead.
Yep.
You got to keep going, keep moving, or else you're gonna fucking be right there with him.
Yep.
And I go down. I know Dalen's got Rick and Tyler hemmed up down there. They're fucking with Dalen, trying to get him out. Why not me and Eric go down and get another car out so we can at least even it up 2v2? And we did. We evened it up 2v2, and Rick, I remember him saying he just took a bad shot. He took a shot he shouldn't have took. He hit the back of that wagon and got stuck in it. And then I was with Tyler, and I did not want to let go of Tyler until I knew Derek was out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want it to be 3 old iron on another old iron on 03. It wasn't going to end good. And anyway, that happened, and I'm just happy the way it happened. I mean, Eric came forward, hit us apart, and then
Freed
Tyler,
you up.
It freed me up, freed Tyler up. Tyler went over and he hit Eric headlight to headlight, and just got stuck in him right there. He went too far in.
Yep.
And that's what kind of turned the tides on that.
Us guys around here, we never get that. We don't never have that issue going too far in.
I know. I felt that one.
No comment again.
So we won that night. We knew we were sitting good, and we were gonna have. I thought we were gonna have 4 cars in there going in Friday night, and Friday morning comes. We go get our cars. We bring them out, and then I don't know, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there, a little after. Harley's dad came in and said that they grenaded her rear end. They're gonna go look for parts or whatever. They couldn't find any parts, so they loaded the car up. They couldn't fix it. So just said whatever. That's fine.
Mhm.
No hard feelings. That's fine.
Yep. So the other 3 of y'all thrash, get your shit together.
Yes.
Draw OFT,
Yes,
oil
the
field
letters.
trash.
Yep.
Y'all, in my opinion, you got pretty lucky on that one too, because you guys already came out a man down from Harley.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good team too. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that's what we have said. So in the last few weeks, the qualifying on the national side and even in the light well teams, that shit was stacked.
yes.
I mean, usually you'll get a team that, they probably shouldn't be in there, something like that. But that wasn't an issue this year. I mean, you guys had, 12 teams in your all's draw?
I think so. I think we lost 2 teams. I don't think 2 teams showed up, so I think it made, I don't know, I can't remember.
Kind of made some odd shit going on for...
I don't know. I mean, it's been 2 months. I think we're a month past Blizzard Bash, or 2 months.
Yep, right at 2 months.
Anyway, that happens. We go in up, and I told Dale, and I said, I'm going to go crazy this round. I said, we got to do something. I said, we got to get somebody out soon. And they dropped flag on that one. All that stuff happens. The wagon had bad luck. He grenaded, I think he had a 3-speed in there, is what they said. He grenaded his 3-speed right off the rip. Well, we get through that round. We ended up winning that round. And then Friday morning, well, not Friday, Saturday morning, we came and got our cars and everything. Well, Eric came and got his car early that morning, and I don't think me and Dale didn't have much to do, so we didn't start until like 10 o'clock. We went and got ours. We watched Rob and Trey and them run their heat, and then we went down.
Well, it didn't take very long. That shouldn't have taken
If I don't know that was going to happen, I'd just been down there working on it. I'd have watched the video.
Or 1 minute, 48 seconds. I mean, you couldn't even stop to go get a beer.
That was the 48 seconds.
But no.
It took Rob a minute.
Yeah.
3-wheeling and peeling it from the beginning.
Saturday comes. Dale and I we left for Tech Barn. I think what time did Tech end? 4
o'clock. Had to be back in the barn at 4.
We left at I think 3:45. We got in the barn, and then we thought Eric was right behind us, but we don't know what happened. But I know I ended up seeing him come past the Tech Barn at 4:01. He was coming past there at 4:01, and I think he went. The side door was open. I just don't think he's seen it. But he went to around to where you're supposed to go in, and they closed the door on him. So that happened. We went into that feature with only 2 people. We knew we were the underdogs going into that feature.
Oh yeah,
we knew. So I told myself, hey, I'm gonna keep the same pace as everybody else, and then when it's time, it's time. It's time for business. And they start that, and everybody's driving the same, so I'm matching everybody else's driving pace. I'm not keeping it up. I'm staying right with everybody else. I'm making solid contact, 8 to 14 seconds. There might have been one time where I was longer than 14 seconds, but I was making good contact, 8 to 14 seconds. They keep going on. We're a little ways in, and they threw that red flag. And Tim came out there, and he said, "You know what you're doing." And I said, "I'm driving." I said, I'm driving. He said, "Well, this is your first warning." He said, "You're going to pick it up and I'm going to break your stick." I was like, "Okay, well, that's fine, whatever." So I turn it around, and me and some OFT car, we're kind of hitting head on a little bit. And I go down to the other side of the track, and I'm like, well, there's still too many cars out here for me to start doing what I'm getting ready to do. And so I just started to lay back down a little bit, keep driving everybody else. Well, I learned. That was a valuable lesson to me right there.
Very expensive lesson.
Yes, it was. I was trying to make big money moves. I was thinking of that first place trophy.
Correct.
What I could do to get there. And I was thinking of a $25,000 move, and that $25,000 move got me put into a $600 move.
Yep.
And he came out there, and like I said, I'm making contact 8 to 14 seconds. If anybody wants to go back and look at them videos, there might have been maybe 2 times where I'm over that kind of time. I'm making good contact. And he comes out there, breaks my stick. We had some words. We had some words.
We couldn't see that through video. We could see you were saying something, but we just couldn't tell what you were saying.
They were exchanging pleasure.
Probably some fuck yous, maybe.
We were saying some words. And anyway, after that heat, we ended up getting 3rd out of that. Congrats to the winners. I'm not taking anything away from anybody.
No, just because, we talked about before we hit the go. I mean, the Quast are straight up legit veterans. Dudes, been in the game for a while.
They really did.
Yeah.
They've been at it long enough. They deserve that. OFT guys, they deserve that. I'm not down on anybody. I'm just saying that I'm not saying I could have won that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying maybe I could have changed the tides just a little bit.
Oh yeah, because like you said, the dance was just about over, and the pleasantries, as you would say it, were about to begin.
Yes.
And you would think you would know that. I mean, as much as Steve's been around, call it what they want, but I don't know, man. That's
Correct.
a chess match, and he should have seen it like, hey.
Well,
And like I said, you've got to look at it from all angles. We've talked about it. Like, we were biased going into that.
Oh yeah, no, we was fucking mad.
Yeah. Do I still think the call was fair? No.
Not even.
Like whenever we talked to Teddy, the calls out there were inconsistent as fuck. I don't think anybody will argue with that. Tim Clark, I've met the guy, I've talked to the guy personally, I've talked to Tim Clark Jr. I feel like they're stand up enough. They should at least know that the fucking calls were inconsistent.
Correct.
Because even on our side as a promoter, we've never put on fucking Blizzard Bash, I get that. But we've had 170 car derbies, we've had 150 car derbies. Was there inconsistency at our show? Fuck yes, there was.
Yeah, and we'll fess
admit
up to
that
it.
shit?
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Have we fucked people by bad calls? Fuck yes, it's happened. Did we admit it? Yeah.
Yep.
Did I try to make the shit right?
Yep.
I did. Did it cost me money doing that?
Yep.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. You know, that's
But at least you tried to make it right.
I
yeah,
tried.
yeah.
Just talk, if somebody asked you about it, you ever stand
Yeah.
up and be like, hey, I made a bad call.
Well, fuck, I had a guy trying to fist fight me at Palmyra. The first one we put on.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I was like, you're going to have to let me finish this fucking derby.
And we'll talk.
And then I was like, I will fix this. But until then, like, either get the fuck out of here or calm down.
Mm-hmm.
And
He
after
chilled.
The derby was
He
over,
chilled
we
out.
fucking chilled out. After the derby was over, I realized that we had fucked up on the call that we made. We ended up splitting. We gave them both second.
Mm-hmm.
Gave them both second place money. And gave them both a fucking trophy.
And he was happy.
It was the best I could do. I can't replay the fucking derby.
Right, you can't rewind that. Man.
You know, that's what we have talked so much about the last, month and a half is you guys did nothing different than the rest of the guys that you were on the track with or on the national side.
Well, you were just in the wrong spot.
Yes, I
Had that
was in
shit
front of
played
his.
out, and you would have been on.
I was in front of his eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you were
Because the same shit was going on the other end of the track, and I don't give a fuck who you are. Fact checkers, internet trolls, message me. I will argue with you all day. The whole track was running the exact same.
exact same pace.
Yeah,
100%.
that's how that shit works.
Yep.
And I'm past the point of being mad. Honestly, I can't. I've watched that feature 2 times since Blizzard Bash, and it honestly disgusts me. It really does. I just want. I mean, if he doesn't think if he thought that was a good call, so be it, whatever. But I just want an apology for that.
It just sucks
Everybody makes
balls.
a bad
Well,
call.
a fucking apology, an explanation.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Would be worth more to me than a fucking apology.
correct. Why did you just come to me when everybody...
Was doing everything.
I promise you
Yeah,
he's watched that
that's what I was gonna
fucker.
get
I
at.
guarantee you he has watched it. And he can see the same view that we had from my living room to say, hold on.
Damn, maybe I did fuck up a little
I bet
bit.
we all across the country sitting at home watching. We all said the same thing at
Yeah.
the same time. Like,
There's 20 dudes
What?
that are driving the exact same way, and I broke off one
Because
guy,
Teddy
not the other.
said the exact same thing that Mason got the same warning you did.
Yes, he did. He only went to Mason too.
Yeah.
He said, "You better step it up, or I'm gonna break your stick."
And it just, whenever you see shit like that go down, it just sucks because if you're on the receiving end of it, it really fucking sucks. But honestly, from a competitor standpoint, they should think it sucks too.
Oh, yeah. The other guys.
Because, I mean, you're not winning it the right way.
don't just give it to us. We want to earn that. We want the
Yes.
Well,
competition
and
out here.
that's why the competition that's on the national side, like being those guys, like they don't want to win on technicality.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
can guarantee you that. You can
No.
get all those guys on here right now, and they would rather flat out beat somebody.
Didn't have a hand.
Whether it's Chad Markley, whether it's Mike
Yes.
Worth, whether it's
Yeah.
Jason
Steve.
Brzezinski, they want
They want to win.
to get it the fuck on.
Yeah,
Yes.
because if you do beat them,
You did
That's-
something.
Yes.
That's what the
100%.
sport's about. I mean, why
It's-
would you want to go in going, I beat him by a stick?
Technicality.
Yeah, I beat him.
Yeah.
His foot crossed the line.
Yeah, this ain't MMA. This ain't an eye
Right.
poke.
Now,
That's
if you
why
went
I
down
did
and
stop.
stroked Cody and lit him up like a candle, I'd be like,
Yeah.
you got to hand it to you, bud.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how they want to win it.
Because that's how anybody wants to win that shit.
And
Yeah.
I've been hit pretty good on track. That's whatever. The way I see Derby, and make fun of me, do whatever you want. I see Derby as a chess match.
It is.
I really do. When it gets down to it, and you know you're battling somebody, playing chess. That's automatically what I
This is
think.
chess. This
I'm
ain't
thinking-
checkers.
That's
Yeah.
why we have talked about it whenever, because your fans get a little upset.
Correct.
Whenever they're doing the dance, and that's exactly what it is. They're driving. You're letting drivers drive at that point, because it's not all about the car you build. That shit's been proven around here. You can take, the stocker builds and shit, and you can. Well, Teddy did it here at Paris.
Yes.
We've seen Justin Morgan do it. Those are not like the car that Teddy run up here at Paris. That
Bitch was stock.
way stock. Like, to the
Not
bottom
flat
end of
stock, not round
No,
stock, not square stock.
To the bottom end of our
Stock.
stock class.
Yes.
So he had that, Justin Morgan, no down tubes, don't run his plates. He wins. He cashes checks. But if you cannot give them the opportunity to drive those cars, you're really taking away from the sport at that point.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And that's coming from a driver, promoter, builder, whatever standpoint you want to look at it. Because these guys are building these cars, they're putting their time into this. Why let the car be the determining factor? In all of it. There's got to be some of it. Because you all had some nasty fucking cars.
Yes.
Those other guys out there on the track had some nasty fucking cars.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to let the drivers drive at some point.
Let them play the game. That's
Yeah.
part of it. I mean, let them play the.
And I know that shit gets monotonous from the stands. I've been there.
I don't know how many.
But that's whenever I'll slide away and go grab me a beer.
This is gonna
they're
take
giving you-
this is gonna take a minute.
They're giving you an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's gonna unfold. It's just when.
Yes.
Well, yes,
Correct.
because that shit, like, say Dale and shit, he was hung up
Yeah.
on himself. If they would have kept you away from him, you couldn't have got over there to help him. At that point, as soon as Dale and Stick would have went down, that shit would have turned all the way loose.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh,
And that's my opinion. Like, I think that's when the driving aspect would have went way the fuck up.
Yes.
Like, you would have turned the fucking dial. Shit would have been getting crazy at that point.
Because Dalen said to me, I said, I was like, man, I was just getting ready to start cracking down, and Dalen said, dude, I was just waiting for you. He
Sure.
said, he said,
It's who's going to pull the trigger first.
he said, I was just waiting for you. He's like, I was waiting to see where you were gonna go, and I was gonna go with. And I was like, it makes me feel bad, and it frustrates me because, like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to put the fate of the Derby in the officials' hands. And that
Every
was
time we heard that shit.
A lot.
I just started Derby in 2019. If you'd have asked me 2015, 2016, I'd have told you it's the dumbest sport ever. I really would have. But I seen my uncle Derby all the time, and I was like, I'm going to get into this. I'm starting to be around a little bit more. It actually looks pretty fun. Now, Dalen's been in his whole life.
Right.
Dalen knows.
At
And I'm
that
not
point in
taking
time,
anything
Cody
away from
was
him.
looking for those single moms.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Those took more precedence over a Derby car.
Wasn't it?
I
Madison already?
actually printed that on my trunk.
The entire trunk. So, other than the, I'm just gonna say it. Other than the horse fucking, what did you? Was there a lot of positives from your first big show experience leading into, as we know, you got spots in Peoria for Sam's street stock stuff. You guys gotta have spots in Pecatonica as well.
Yes, sir.
Can you take, other than the fornication, unlawful fornication, in my opinion,
With no condom.
Or lube.
Consent matters.
no means no. Do you have enough knowledge now, kind of how that shit's going to play out? I understand that's a big difference between a team show to individual singles, Because there's a chance that.
I don't mean to stop you.
What's that? That's a blue moon and a golden light. Y'all ain't gonna be where the fuck here in about 3 hours.
Come on.
So have you, what you got to take from Blizzard Bash? Can you incorporate that into the other big show stuff that you guys are going to be running?
Well, I mean, I feel like my driving's there. Everybody tells me I'm a good driver, so I think highly of that. I really do. I honestly, I know now when they come up to you and they say pick it up, pick it the fuck up. And I don't take that lightly. You know, I honestly thought I could go back to doing what I was doing. No, you guys pick it up.
Yeah.
But would he know that, hey, it's a chess match? He should know that. Enough big shows that he's promoted, put on, and watch. He knows big names, big
And
names.
drove in.
Oh yeah, hey, I would like.
He drives in that big
That's
shit
what I'm
too.
saying. He knows it's a chess match.
I was
So-
the only one to get broke off all weekend.
How'd you feel with that, Lou?
You were the only one in that entire feature
Yep.
that even came to the door.
Yes, and and from watching national side and I've had videos sent to me. Certain drivers, that in the time 2 minutes and 43 seconds, backing up, pulling forward, and not making contact.
2:43. So Cody was making contact roughly between 8 and 30 seconds at a time. 8 and 30 seconds.
Sounds
Not 2 minutes and 38 seconds. 8 and 30 seconds. No matter if you're hitting the dude wide open or you're just grabbing a reverse and hitting the dude in the
Aggressive
pillar.
contact to me, and this is the way I played it the whole time that we were putting on derbies. Aggressive contact to me is a placed shot with forward motion.
Or reverse motion.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I mean, advanced motion.
Not side slap.
Right.
Was, what you would be talking with.
Advanced motion where a controlled hit within the parameters of daylight and not hitting a dead car.
Yes.
So an aggressive hit to me with the controlled forward motion. Now there was situations where we had guys that didn't have steering, both of them.
Yes.
You got to loosen your parameters a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they made contact and both of them were fucking screaming, I get it. You try.
Yeah.
Whatever. But you had steering, the other guy had steering.
I didn't have all steering. Remember what I said earlier? I had steering to the right, and it took 3 continuous turns to go.
Hold on, what do you say? Fuck hydraulic steering.
Right there. But we can go back to when you were broke off. You were hitting a rear quarter, correct?
Yes. Right before I got broke off, I just watched this yesterday before so I come in here. I knew it kind of like what a recap was. I backed up. I hit him in the back wheel twice.
Yep,
Twice
okay.
in under a minute. And then I pulled forward. Dalen was coming by. I backed up to go hit him in the side again, and Dalen got in my way, so I hit the brake. I pulled forward, and I got my stick broke.
Okay, so that's where I was going with this. But you knew where you were trying to hit him at, correct?
Yes, I knew exactly where I was trying to hit rear wheel.
Okay, so that is, to me, is a controlled hit, and it was moving his car.
Yes.
I watched the video. And now I'm not saying that you were fucking driving up in his tank protector,
Yes.
but it was moving the car. Whenever you hit him, you could watch the car move sideways. I don't know how much more cut and dry you can get on a straight up hit. But like I said, I'm not saying because you know just as well as I do, you weren't going to take the wheel off of it.
No, but I mean, there's that chance a good jarred hit
Break an
maybe
axle.
could have broken axle.
Broken axle,
I watched
100%.
Dalen hit a Cadillac. I mean, he probably hit him a little harder than I did. He hit a Cadillac probably a quarter way across the track, not even that, and broke the axle right out of that Cadillac.
And if anybody in the world of social media now, there was a picture of your rear end, not your ass, the rear end of your
There might be
car.
one of those on Facebook. Dude.
It broke the rear bumper.
Yeah, so I backed into an orange car. He came over and hit me in the quarter. So I was like, all right, that's fine. I said, that's fine. I'll give you something back. And I pulled forward, and I thought I was going to rip his wheel off when I hit him. And when I hit him, it felt like I was the pillow. And I pulled forward, and I looked over at my father, and my father was looking at me, and he's pointing down, and I was like, oh, shit.
Oops.
But the way it happened, that's actually good. The way that happened, because now
100%.
I'll go make that bumper to where it ain't gonna move anymore, and you'll have rails sticking out.
Right.
Yeah, so when
But
the bumper,
I feel like they're
his trunk was like this,
Oh, yeah.
and I know people can't see my hands, but it was a complete V, almost like a perfect V, almost dead center of the car, halfway through the trunk. That is where his bumper was.
There was
So
a
you
nice
can't.
V right below a single mom.
Yes. I heart. It stopped at about the bottom end of the heart.
It's still there.
That's
Is
what
it-
pushes him
Well,
to do
no,
this,
it's
guys.
usually about 8 inches below the heart.
It's what pushes him to do it, guys. Come on, give him a little break.
Okay, so we wanted to talk about.
Like I said, I just wanted my opinion out there on the hit deal.
Yep.
Like, because I would have never, ever thought about calling that as not a contact made.
And after that derby, I'm sitting in my car the whole time. I'm mad. I don't want to say anything that I'm gonna regret. So I'm staying in my car. Whatever. Derby's over. I start my car. I'm backing up, and head tech Austin had actually quit that right after that heat, right after that feature. He came up to my window and he said, "I know you're mad right now." He said, "Just keep calm." He said, "Don't show anything." He said, "Keep calm." He said that call was not made over the radio. I could be wrong, but he said that call was not made over the radio. He said that he thought they were stopping the fire, stopping the derby again to put out a pinion fire again.
I think PJ had you covered on that.
Yes, he did. He
Part.
actually he actually bought my trophy from me and broke it in front of him.
Damn, that's the stuff that we missed. Mm-hmm. Because we all
Oh
saw.
no, we need to watch it from the fucking living room. Steven didn't have a room or anything. Just fucking midnight. But then I would have been drunk and ignorant.
Which
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just saying that I'm not trying to put him out there. I'm not trying to put anything right there. But that's exactly what he said to me. He said that was a
Right.
bad. He said that was a bad call. He said you weren't doing anything that I couldn't see. He said you were making just as good as contact as everybody else.
And people that are listening that really aren't in the Derby world, it's kind of broke down like this. If Steve, Bill, Cody, and me are running down the highway, running 80 mile an hour, speed limit 65, but all four of us are running the same speed, cop ain't going to pull one of us over. He ain't going to pull all of us over. You're going with the flow of traffic. Cody was driving with the flow of the Derby.
Yep.
No less, no more.
Honestly, on
That's
the
the
flip
chess
side of
moves.
that, I felt the same way about Mason whenever they told him to pick it up. Because he was driving too.
There was a lot of bagging in that light weld. There
Well,
really was.
Yeah.
There's got to be. If
And it's not
everybody goes
bagging.
out there,
It's-
like,
But I don't. Yeah, we don't call that bagging.
It's not bagging.
When you were in
you're
that
driving
full,
smart. You're,
yes,
you're matching the speed of the
the
derby.
pace.
Yes.
It's the fucking pace.
yes.
That's the
Because
chess
we've
match.
all seen that shit roll out. I cannot wait until Peoria. Because we all know, like, half-assed the lineup for that stock class. We know who's going to be out there in the street stock class. There's going to be some of those heats that you're not going to have the opportunity to drive.
Fuck
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Whenever you come off the line, your shit is going to be fucking wide open.
Yes.
Yes.
And
And you are going to be pinballing that shit until it's over.
you get
Promise.
and you get 4 plates. That's all you get for street stock.
Yeah.
You got to know you can't just go out there and gung ho like we normally do in Pleasant Hill. I mean, Pleasant Hill, you're allowed eight.
But if the
6 by
pace
6
isn't there for you to drive like that, you're
Yes.
not going to have that option.
Yes. Now, if the pace is wild, you're gonna have to drive wild, and you're gonna have to drive fast.
That's where the driving's really going to come down to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And now, if it's slow, I mean, you just match it.
Yeah.
Why waste your car when somebody else is doing the shit that you were doing, that they were just laying back.
Well, we've
Why
talked
waste your
about this a
fucking car?
million times. And Derek and I have had this conversation. I'm sure Bill and I have. I don't know.
Oh,
We're usually
100 times.
drunk. But nobody remembers the shot off the line. You know, if it's a 30-minute heat and you are the guy that comes across the track and just junk your shit, the other guy takes off. Nobody gives a fuck about that.
No.
They're going to talk about you for about a week and then it's over.
Yes.
Now you wait till about that 15-minute mark in your 30-minute heat, and then you turn that shit up.
Yep.
People remember that.
People are going to talk about that because you drove up until that point that it was time to get on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny you say that. The best quote I ever heard was from PBR legend Jimmy Mooney. Somebody asked him, he said, well, why do you always draw them rank bulls? He says, well, whoever remembers an 85-point ride, or do you want to see a 95-point ride?
Bingo.
100%.
I said, man, that makes slides all day long. He's like,
Yep.
everybody in the room, he just quit talking. He's like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So why am I going to draw something that's going to be like, he did okay?
Because
or you're going to have Steven going, golly, you see what he did? All day. I'd
And
rather
that's
think
what I'm talking about on the promotion side of things. You've got to let them drive for a minute. Because nobody gives a fuck about that guy that was wide open off the line and his shit was junked within 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And I know he's gonna hear this, or his boy's gonna hear this, or
Right.
somebody close is gonna hear this. I just want to know why. That's
He just wants that explanation.
I just want to know why, because
Correct.
I was the only person all week. I was pretty well the example. The example for what?
Here's
Well,
my
It
deal.
would have been different if that would have happened in your heat.
Yes.
To set that example. And that's where I was on the situation. And again, I don't want Tim Clark or Tim Clark Jr. or any of those guys to think that we're picking on them.
No.
Because I'm not.
I just want to know why. That's it. I'm not bashing smash it at all. I'm not doing anything. I just want to know why.
Here is my perspective. Okay, the heats were all turned up. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night. They got fucking crazy. Sunday turns around, and just like every year, just like the national side, the fucking 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the seas part. Nobody's in the middle. Everybody's
now we're down to
the
minor
forces
boys.
have joined.
Right.
Who's running with who, and
Yep.
it's ticky-tack shit. So either A, he always kept saying, you got to push the pace. We want to push the pace. Every driver's meeting, we've already been told, you got to push the pace. So you push the pace on all the heats, but let the feature, no pace. Bust him out, bust Cody out, bust Mason out, but not a single other fucking person. And when they're all driving the same. So either A, no fucking bagging at all. Fuck
Right.
this ain't happening. As soon as you guys part ways, if you're not getting it on, we're going to stop. You're all getting a warning. And if we do it again, we're breaking every fucking one of you off.
Make it across the field.
And everybody says, well, they're running for $50,000. Or in Cody and Dalen's case, they were running for $25,000.
Let them play
It don't fucking make it. So either A, let them all fucking play it out, how that should have played
Yep.
out, or make them all get it on. And I mean get it on,
about
just like
this
the
way.
heats.
But I'm telling you right now, it's easier said when we're sitting around this table than it is done whenever you're standing on the bar.
That is true.
Because you don't see everything. Because I can kind of see where Tim Clark is on that. And like I said, I'm not defending or, standing with or against. I'm just saying from my point of view. Because there's been shit that I've missed. I am watching what's in front of me. I watched a guy wave Justin Meyer off one night here at Paris because he was going to break his stick. He was like,
I seen that.
Reach that up. And he and Justin locked the brakes up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the fucking dude took off again. I was like, no, we're not doing that. So we fucking shut it down and broke the stick off. Jerry, who was on the other end of the track, hit the radio and said, why in the fuck are you breaking him off? And I'm like, well, this is what happened. He's like, oh, I didn't see that.
It's hard to see over 30 other cars. That's
yes.
why they have
Multiple.
like 106 fucking people standing on the dirt in Blizzard Bash.
But
I mean,
that right there is where Teddy's consistency that he kept talking about needed to come into play. everybody that was on that dirt needed to be on the same page.
That's why every one of them have a radio.
Right.
Yep.
Every one of them have a flag.
And that's why we went between 6 and 8 people on the dirt, and 3 people had to agree to a call before we made it.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole radio situation, if that's true, then I don't like the call at all.
None, zero.
Well, Austin didn't even know what he was coming on the track for. He said they were just either coming to put out a fire or just grab a part. He said they didn't know they were coming out to break my stick.
And
Well,
Austin
now,
had
you were
radio on for three days.
But
Yes.
you were talking about, Derek, you were talking about either making them run or letting them do the dance. You don't want the hot springs feature to happen.
No, you don't. But the problem is these guys,
But how long into that were you broke off? How long did you all run?
I'd say probably a good 18, 15, maybe 15 minutes.
Okay, so at that point, I'm still not concerned about when the heat's going to be over.
correct.
Oh yeah, that derby lasted I think a total of like 3 minutes after I got broke off.
That's what I'm saying. So that right there is where the whole make them run or don't. You need to watch that shit play out for a little bit. Because the hour features, the hour and a half features, that's too much. Who
Go
wants
to
to watch that
Mayhem.
shit?
Well, the thing is,
Hot Springs.
hot springs, but it's the build style.
Right.
You know, if you're running stock, those are going to take longer because you're not going to have these guys are in fucking tanks
Right.
that could run through
59.
a building. I mean, that's just what they're in.
Right.
So,
At least 6s.
D6s, I promise you. It's going to bend the blade. I promise you.
but we've all seen it. We've all watched it. We've all been there.
100%.
The dance is once the dance is done, then it's going to get turned up.
Yep.
He stepped in before that was getting ready to happen.
Yeah, they were literally just set. They were just about had everybody was set up. Like, okay, now we're waiting for that either one to break off or someone's going to get stuck. Or
Yeah, we're down to 3.
We're getting ready to get turned.
Because they were down to 3 teams.
And anybody that knows the Browns, come on, I have never heard in the life of me being 41 years old of any of the Brown boys ever being known as bagging.
Correct.
Well, that was the most pussy driving I've ever seen from the Browns.
That's part of the test match. I mean, come on, they were fighting for 25K.
We were running for 16 minutes. Derby lasted 22 minutes.
So right there is where that whole make them run or let them drive, that shit's out the window.
But then the national side took almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Now, would I have went out and told them to turn it up a little sooner than 2 hours? Probably.
They never came out to them
They let them drive.
one time.
In point taken, they let them drive.
So you've got guys who are coming from the qualifying side trying to make it into that national shit to run for that 50 grand. And am I saying that Cody and RDP was going to win it? They had some odds against them.
For sure.
But if you still had 2 cars left and the odds were pretty even, I would have made that bet that they were going to finish in the top 2 to get their national side. You said it a couple episodes ago. These guys were new to Blizzard Bash. Their shit was right. Their shit was fresh-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not Dalen, but
Yeah, but
A week of beating on them. Yeah.
you were going
In the right direction for sure.
just the Super Bowl. We keep saying it. The fucking Super
Well,
Bowl.
no, you're on the college side.
Well, yeah.
But they're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Canadian Football League.
Yeah. I mean, well, you're on the college side. We've made that reference before. That's why I like watching the qualifiers better than I do the national. Because they've got something to prove.
Yes.
They're going somewhere.
They just don't want to be the first 2 teams out.
Facts.
And you guess what? Everything that you've gained, you had to lose.
That's why I think college ball is better than NFL.
100%.
Yeah.
I will
Those college
agree.
boys are playing to go to the NFL.
So here's where on that is why would I pay somebody for, if you have a huge following and you're a sophomore in college and they're paying, you got your name on your shoes and Cody's got,
300 million for 10 years type of shit. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Because to me personally, you're going to watch the whole different style of play. Tell you out now.
Oh, yeah.
You just handed this man whatever, $3 million for a shoe deal, a jersey deal, whatever. In my opinion, I think the play changes right there.
Yeah, it does.
These guys were fighting to get into the national side. Hey, man, we've never tried our hand. We'll give it a try one time.
They did it
We
and
were
was
excited.
going to do it.
And was very successful up to that point.
Yes, was going to do it.
And nobody,
That's
I guarantee you, was going, what the F?
yeah,
I guarantee you, just like I was at home.
yeah.
There was we were excited to go to Blizzard Bash. We were looking forward to this.
Dalen wasn't going to run all summer long.
Yeah, because he just
He
wanted to get
personally
ready.
told me that. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm not running this year. He's like, because we're just worried about Blizzard Bash.
He told me that several times.
And then
I'm so excited.
And then it was,
Dad.
all hands on deck then.
Dad made it go hands on deck.
So let's we'll be done with Blizzard Bash. We've said what we wanted to say. I think Cody said what he wanted to say. We've also talked about Derby season anymore doesn't stop.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. I mean, right when you think you're done, fuck, here comes a Cadillac coming in the shop, or here comes a 98 to 02 in the shop. And in their case, they have 3 cars that they have to build at a time.
And, we
Sometimes 4.
and right now we
Yes.
have 1 welder.
Peoria's going to be fun. Peoria's going to be fun. All the Browns are going to be there.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of other big names, all the viewers.
Just off the top of my head, let's think about this. I'm sure you're going to have the guys that came last year in the street stock class. You're going to have
The guys that won, they automatically.
you're going to have
spot.
Demels. You're going to have the Hewers. You're going to have Teddy. You're going to have
The Browns.
Allen and Dalen and
George
Cody.
is coming back.
George is going back.
T. Stark's trying to get up in one. I don't know. That's the word I got off the street. But
Really?
he'd like to buy into one. That's what I heard, but I don't know if that's true. So all the haters and the fact checkers.
I don't know if the Demons are going to be back there.
Really?
I thought I was talking to somebody.
I figured
but
him
could
and
be
Chops,
wrong.
and they'd all be up in
I
it.
could be wrong. But I think the last time I was talking to somebody, I don't think they got in. But I don't know. You never know. They could. You know how that stuff goes. But like I'm gonna take a 98 to a 2 to Peoria, and I might take an Olds to Pecatonica. Because I don't think there's any rush there.
That's now we're going to hit this. Now that is the difference. Peoria is all one and dones.
Yes.
5 heats, 5,000 to win each heat for the street stocks. Pecatonica, 20 G's to win, but you got to go through some heats.
That's good.
So that's coming into that car building, car choice preference type of deal, you know, because he could have a real shitty ride. Something could happen in the heat, and then he's got to go through the consi to come back to the feature.
I've seen
Yes.
cars that's built like theirs fall apart in 3 good hits.
Yes.
But now, does that normally happen? No, these guys are unbelievable. All these guys are unbelievable builders. So that's a rarity. 8 years ago, that's how it was. It was like, well, how you feel about your ride? I feel good, but I could take a bad shot and junk the whole thing.
That's anybody.
yeah.
That's anybody. That could happen to anyone, especially car no plates or anything like that.
Yeah.
I knew going back to Blizzard Bash. The only time to hurt somebody was round 1 before they got their plates.
Yeah.
I love
Once you get them plates,
go Bud.
that's a fucking game changer, and
Yes.
that's in any one of the classes, you know, that run the heat style. Not if you ask some people. Some
I think
people
tubing
says it's
works.
bullshit.
But the first night's always nice in Blizzard Bash because nobody has plates.
No,
So where are they going to bend? Where are they going to? What
that
kind
you
of
know
shot they going
of.
to take?
That you know of.
That you know of. yeah, quotations that you know of.
You know that. Oh well, I was half-inch short, or you know, just like Teddy hit on. I was a half-inch short. I was a half-inch short. We had one guy that came through the year before last said he was a little short. He was like a foot short.
Oh damn.
Yeah, he
On the nose.
messaged me. It was like, well, I think I'm 3 inches short at the course report. And I was like, well, it's a cleanup show. We can work with that. We showed up. We threw tape on that bitch, and the fucking 6-inch bumper bracket would have touched his AR.
It was a lot of short.
Something right.
Hold up.
You know, but
You gotta make sure that ain't no Illinois tape measure.
you guys have got your spring planned out. You've got a mod car that's probably just a little bit of tweaking And you can go run that somewhere else, which I did say, why don't you just go take that sumbitch to Spring X and go turn it all the
Get
way
turned
up.
up.
You said something before we hit the go button about, we hit it on last week, the derbies around here, there's so many of them, but all the rules are different. Nobody's got the same, even really runnable rule sets with each other, unless you're going to have to way overbuild or cut your shit.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what class it is, whether it's a stock class, street stock, whoever. So what you said is you have noticed that a lot of the guys are just going to be running the big stuff. They're not going to run that hometown, where you can go.
Yes.
You're always going to be able to go to P Hill or
Oh yes, most definitely.
Griggsville, someplace like that.
That's actually, I messaged Austin a couple weeks ago and I said, hey, you should add, I commented on his thing on Facebook, told him he should have add mods for the points series. And he said, do you think you can get quite a few cars? I said, well, we're right below fucking the mod capital, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Iowa's a pretty big state for modified. And then you got Domination and all that up there that does that, which Domination is part of Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Austin, at his Dominations, it just Austin puts it on and runs it and everything. Which that derby, hands down, is the best around. Pleasant Hill.
P Hill?
Yes. I like it. I really enjoy Pleasant Hill.
If you can get in. No offense, George. Sorry, buddy. Pip Daddy, Big T spray. Sorry about that, buddy.
The thing about the P Hill, which we talked, I'd never been until last year.
Wild, ain't it?
Holy shit.
Alan said, I'll never forget, Alan was pulling out there at the beginning of the year. He says, I said, well, how you feel about this, Alan? He said, just pay attention. He said, I'm going to try to make this just in a few short hits. I'm like, oh boy.
Then he tried to run one dude's ass up Cedric's ass. And then Dalen tried to park somebody in my announcer's booth.
Yeah.
What was this?
P
P Hill.
Oh, yes.
Your little short ass, this old man gets flipped and it's on then. And all you can
Cody
see
was
is.
That actually, so that car, I think I ran it like 5 times after that second Pleasant Hill show. I pulled it back down and it was a fucking turd. Don't
And
get
it
me wrong.
bent in the same place every time.
Every time.
But that's where it was. It decided it wanted to bend, and
I couldn't move any plates.
yeah. Once you put in that, we've had that conversation too. A lot of these shows, once you put your plates on, if you're going to put them all on, most of the promoters, you can't move them once you put them on there. I mean, that was our deal. So
Yeah.
if you're allowed 8 plates and you put all 8 on, well, you're fucked.
Well,
Or you put 4 on, or
And wait.
6,
And wait.
and then see what it does.
What
and
bends
then,
and what
yeah.
no. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how I was. That's kind of like where I was for the last Pleasant Hill, September 17th. I told Dad and Dalen I was gonna. I was thinking about only putting maybe 4 or 6 plates on and leaving 2 for extra. And Dad and Dalen looked at me and they said, "You better put all 8 on." And I was like, "All right, that's fine." So we put all 8 on, and then after our heat, they actually announced over the announcer's booth that you get your 9th plate, or they said it in the driver's meeting. But they gave us 1 more plate for Terry Lyerly's number.
Yep, for the number 9.
Damn too bad he wasn't like 42 or something.
Oh goodness.
They kind of covered that for the October show.
J&B, let's let it.
Goodness.
Well, Cody was part this summer of something that got pretty much under my skin, and Steven thought it was pretty comical.
I thought it was funny as shit.
Yeah. But we're not going to bring that up again. Let's just say I can't go to one of their shows. Ever. Unless somebody's got bail money. Man, you already said you plan on taking a 9802 to
Yes.
Peoria. you didn't feel bad at all about getting it.
Oh no, not at all. Nope, not at all. Actually, that's probably one of the cleanest cars I think I've ever had in my life. Or
It's got California license plates on it.
It's clean. I don't think I'll ever find one that clean again.
And I think we already know Dalen will probably be taking the same thing.
Yes.
That's right in his go-to wheelhouse. I don't foresee your old man in one.
No, we don't even know what he's gonna take.
Does he even know what he's gonna take?
He's
That's
kind
not
of
like he doesn't have options.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right?
All he's got to do is go up on top of the hill.
Yeah, he's got a lot of everything up there.
Can he just
There's
like
options.
spin a wheel,
No, but I'll tell you
like
what.
do a random.org?
Yeah, right.
There's an olds up there that I'm gonna go tape off. Make sure nobody gets. I told Dan, I told Dan, I said, come here. I said, look at that firewall. Or I said, look at that stamp on that old. And he said, Jesus. And I was like, yeah.
It was a good one,
He
Pawpaw.
said, I'm gonna take that one. I said, no, you're not. But no, if I'd come down to it, I mean, without Dalen, Dad, and my Uncle Keith, Dalen and I, my Uncle Keith's the one that taught us how to build 9802s, and he came out to show me how to build mine, and he said, Cody, Dalen, he said, I'm gonna show you one time how to do this.
Better remember it.
Yes.
Make out the cameras.
That burned inside our head.
Yep. I mean, it's pretty good luck with them.
Yes.
You know, even a complete horn delete, bumper delete, core support delete.
They down.
I don't know whatever the fucking else that fell off that car.
Gary gave it to him. Gary gave it to him. I seen what was getting ready to happen too. Gary was going to spin around, and I was looking at Dalen, and I said, he's coming in to jump your shit. You better. I was like, you better do something, and fucking, ate it.
Now, see, that's the cool part.
Yeah.
You know, you got family members. You know, you got your dad and your brother that you're on the track with, but then you've got really good buddies.
Yes.
You know, that you consider as family, you consider as brothers and shit. But you can go out and completely annihilate each other, and nobody's ever butthurt. There's always that shit talking, afterwards. That pimping, ha, bitch, I got you.
If they ever want to see what it's like to get turned up, I suggest anybody listening go to P Hill one time. And I'm telling you right now, you will go back every single time they say, hey, but we're there.
Yeah.
There's a
telling you.
there's a lot of people that don't like going to Pleasant Hill because they don't like the drive in there.
Well, what Austin say when we had him on, they can call it unpleasant hill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You got a stigma from so far back in the day when you had all the imps and the sueys and shit running.
Oh,
60 inches of plate and kickers.
Yeah. Broken
That's
ribs,
big,
broken.
yeah.
I mean, broken kneecaps.
I've been going there since I was 12. I'm 41 now. And I wouldn't. I'm old, I know. I wouldn't
Fucking grandpa
I wouldn't
time.
miss one for anything.
I was in first grade when you were born. Shut up.
Yeah, where's his comment?
We tell him he's old as fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
I think Stephen dyes his beard, but we won't get onto that.
I don't. I just let the.
Yeah, it's all natural.
I think I've got more gray in my beard than he does.
This is chrome.
Chrome.
I've got more hair on my ass than I do my face.
And he's like 7.
call me Patches.
But if you ever want to see these guys get turned up, like legitimately get turned up, go to P Hill. I'm telling you.
I need to go ahead and get a hold of Austin because I just want to go ahead and announce that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to announce that one.
Yeah, you don't want to miss
that
it now,
teen
do you?
show.
Your first time. What's your first experience?
Which I had to turn it down last time, which I really apologized to Austin. The one in October, we had plans that we've had tickets for the last month. Cost us a little bit of money.
So we'll blame it on Tanya. She's in the background.
No, I can't. No, it was my choice.
Oh.
It wasn't my deal. I was just along for the ride, like always.
I don't think you ought to announce that.
Why?
Here we go. Cody, how was your weekend?
So what I'm thinking he's going to tell me is you need to go work
Yeah.
that one instead of announce that one.
I was thinking something better than that.
I was born during the day, but it sure the fuck wasn't yesterday.
Well, see, that's the difference between us. I don't mind going and take an ass kicking.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. The September show in the stock class was fucking rowdy.
It was.
It was rowdy.
I don't think everybody realizes how rowdy Peoria is going to get in that stock class. I'm
Oh,
serious.
bud. Peoria's going to be.
That whole
We know for a fact Austin Johnson has a spot
Oh shit.
in the stock class. We know that for a fact. He did tell us that. So, is he going
he don't
for?
travel alone.
No, I've never seen that man
What-
go
what
nowhere
class
by
is he gonna
himself.
be in?
Stock class.
Ah,
So-
he did.
man, you got
he did
Steven
in Spring
sweating
X or
already.
whatever.
Well, he had some.
I'm sure he had some people.
He had
but
some people there, just didn't actually.
That fucking raffle car got it.
Yeah. So he's going to be in the stock class, and
Steven's sweating a little bit right now.
we all know Austin isn't one of those chess players.
Bud.
He wants to get it and get it the fuck on.
Burn to burn.
Well, I don't think if anybody's got him on Facebook, they already know what he's taking.
Yes. It's on there. Not just Snapchat, it's actually on Facebook.
Yeah.
I can't wait till the party at Big Al's. I'll wait. Their steaks are amazing.
Big House Steakhouse. What time do they get done cooking steaks is my question.
I don't know if they know how many Derby guys will be standing at the front door. They make a lot of money. They do.
I didn't even know about Big Al's until the end of the weekend. I wish I would have went.
Well, the plan is that we're all going to go.
Well, I don't have to run till Saturday night, so I
Big
figure
house.
Friday I'll be a fucking mess.
While we are talking about Big Al's in Peoria in the Civic Center, weekend ticket passes are available.
Yeah.
I was wondering that myself.
When they launched it, you couldn't do the
Weekend
weekend.
pass
The weekend
was
kept
fucking-
saying it was sold out. I was like, yeah, whatever.
There's
Well,
no way.
Ultimate Derby went in and announced something screwed up with Ticketmaster, but now when did we get ours? Thursday, so 2 days ago,
So I
couple
can
days
go on now
ago.
and get my
Yep,
tickets
Yeah.
now.
yep.
So
30.
how they do it? You gotta get your ticket, and then when you get there, you get your pit pass.
No, you can get all of it.
Yeah,
What?
you can't get your pit pass. You got your pit pass will be there. It's like another $10.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I just
Yeah.
didn't know how to go about doing it.
Yes. So your weekend pass,
Just
it's
get my ticket.
$35 a ticket for general admission. Then they have a $55 ticket for preferred seating, and what that looks like to me, like on the map, the very
We
bottom.
drank too many beers for that.
Correct. The very bottom row is your 55. Your general admission is the beginning of your second row, where I would want to sit anyways.
I'm a social butterfly,
So are we gonna make a new
so
117?
you don't want to put me at the bottom of everybody because I'm going to have to walk through them.
I did hear that Peoria's going through the tunnel is a lot better than Blizzard Bash's too.
It's awesome
Because it's a whole tunnel
I
instead
heard
of
it
just
wasn't that great if you don't have brakes.
brakes.
So sorry, George. We're gonna bring this back up again. George is nervous. Never had a big show in his life, right? I walked up to him and he's sitting there. He's fidgeting with stuff. I said, "You good?" And he's like, "No, I have no brakes." What? He's like, "I have no brakes whatsoever." I said, "Well, calm down." I said, "Once you get out there, you'll be fine." I said, "Just don't drive up into the crowd." I said, "If you're gonna miss, hit somebody. Let them know." So I had to go up and tell the guy in front of me, like, "Hey, you ain't got no brakes." She's like, "Yeah." Son bumped me all the way down the tunnel. George was like, "Man, these guys are going to trash me." Thinking I'm trying to hit him going through the tunnel. He was so nervous. It was a bad deal for him.
Well, I hope that whenever I get to go out there and run Saturday, I'll be able to tell you what I felt was the difference between the two.
I don't know if we run Saturday. I think we run Saturday. I can't.
There's
What, street
heats
stock, you're going to run...
Friday and Saturday. There's heats Friday and Saturday.
yeah, two or three heats Friday, and then the other
Okay,
two
yep.
is Saturday. Yeah, or something like that.
You looking up the agenda?
The agenda is out for
Whiskey City's what we're talking about.
yes, but the agenda is
Oh,
out
yeah.
for South Dakota now.
I'm trying to figure out how to suck my way into one of those fucking
If-
lone stock team shows in South Dakota.
If you win any of your features, you qualify for South Dakota
Yeah,
National.
but not the team
Yeah, but
side,
not the
right?
team
It's
side.
Not the team, yeah, singles, yes.
Yeah,
So now is that the top 3, Cody, and a Mad Dog?
I think
or
it's
is
a
it just
winner.
top 3?
I think the winner and a Mad Dog. Is it top,
top
three?
3 and a Mad Dog.
So it is top 3. and a
top
Mad
3
Dog.
and Mad Dog from
fuck
each
me to
event will
tears.
qualify for the national finals heat. And that is Pecatonica, Midwest Massacre, Black Hills Beatdown,
Whiskey City.
Metal Mayhem, Wasatch County Fair Derby, The King in Ohio, and Iron City Nationals. So top 3.
I probably won't be qualifying from Iron City.
But the thing
You
is,
never know.
here's the thing on that. Boy, that's going to change. Talk about your chess match. This is going to change the game.
what?
Well, I mean, if you got a shot for a top 3, that's fine. If you have the car and you know you got people running with you. If you don't,
You're going for a Mad Dog.
you're going for a Mad Dog.
Yeah. And
But what time do you turn that on for a Mad
Not
Dog?
right out
And
of
I
the
forgot
gate.
one.
No,
Not right
true.
out of the gate. You don't
No.
do it out of the gate.
And
Right.
then I said Metal Mayhem, but then I forgot Spring X is a qualifier as well.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I got a spot there too.
You know,
Uh-huh.
so
Have a spot?
what this dude is doing and getting everybody up on board, like you've said so many times, this shit is breaking the mold.
This is what everybody was looking for. It's the next big thing.
Sam's going to the. He took it to the next level.
What you do every time.
Next level.
yeah.
Man, I cannot find it.
It's going to be
What's
definitely
that?
interesting.
I cannot find the agenda, but I do know
I
for a
got it.
fact that you
It's right
do stock class only runs on Saturday.
Yeah.
I do know that for a fact.
I think they did that in Peoria last year, didn't they? Yeah, we were there.
I'll tell you what.
I was really hoping I'd run Friday.
No, because then you got to drive on Sunday. to
Well,
come
no,
home.
well, I don't care about that.
I do. Fuck that.
They drive on
I've got enough people going. They don't give a shit.
I think it's just me, well, my brother, probably his old lady, and then me, and then Dad. Yeah, Dad's gonna go, but I mean, we don't have a 3-car.
Are we going to get Pops to Big House?
Well, I bet that'll take a lot of talking.
I'm gonna
No,
guess
I
he'll
don't-
be
I don't
leading the
think-
fucking group,
Well, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna go.
like skipping up Yellow Brick Road type of shit.
He's going to be leading this pack. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Cody will look like a kangaroo in the front of them bibs and Alan's
Fucking
gun.
right. I'll even hold his wallet.
If I only had a brain.
Oh, fucking, I swear to God.
It's okay.
So I've got the Whiskey City gin.
Bill-
So it's looking like Wednesday. The UD crew's going to get there, set up everything, and then Thursday they're inspecting the super stocks and the compacts, and then it looks like Friday I have to be in line before 10 o'clock. They're going to do the bone stock, full size, the vans, the youth cars, and then retech on all the stock cars, the super stock cars, and then. It looks like at 3 o'clock they're going to do the heat draws for the super stock. And then 5 o'clock they are going to get everybody in and they're going to start this show. And it looks like super stock heat 1, super stock heat 2, bone stock compacts, and then the street stock heat 3. And then Saturday it looks like the retech of bone stocks. And then at 6 o'clock, they're going to start event 2, which will be youth, street stock heat 4, bone stock size, full size, and then street stock heat 5, and then vans.
Gonna finish it with Vans.
Yep.
What time do you have to be in line, Steven, Saturday?
Saturday, if I have to retake, I'm going to make it through tech. The first roll.
You said you were going to get turned up Friday. I just wondered what time we had to get in to get you woke up.
Well, it says that they have to be done by 2 p.m. So I figure if I roll in about 1:50.
Hey, what'd you say? A time is a time.
Touche.
It's 2:01. Probably wouldn't work real well.
Right.
Good one.
You
He's
know,
going to look rough. He pulls up a 201.
this. I know we keep saying it it could be a fad. It could be the next big thing. But so many people are jumping on board with this whole UD stuff that's going on right now. We did talk last week how the tech stuff's going to work. When you're doing so many of these other promoters for one big finale. It was posted. I hit on it last week. Nick King is the compact tech for UD and Derby Icons. Now he brought him in for UD a few weeks ago, and I think Taylor announced maybe last week that he's going to be doing the other two as well. So you are bringing a tech that's going to be seeing a lot of other stuff except for, and not just the South Dakota at the end.
Right.
We've said it so many times. Every tech has got a different perspective on a set of rules.
100%.
It's how you interpret the rules, weeding through gray areas and shit. So our other concern is you got Cordell, who is top-notch dude, building and teching, and then you got Chris Williams, heading that horse to water.
I texted him the other day asking about a rule. He done knew.
He doesn't do
where I was
Mopar.
going with it, and told me no, but in a very nice way.
That's the thing about Chris. Chris is going to be as professional as he can. He's not going to get turned
I was
up.
just trying to make sure everything was clear, but not come out and say it.
Yes.
And he had already read through all the bullshit.
He's seen it.
He was like, no.
Which we do know that the Wasatch County, the one in Utah, the UD crew is their techs there. So that's going to be something, one of the shows that don't have to worry about. They're going to.
One of those shows.
I want to.
Are you guys going to Gold Rush no matter what? Or
I'm going to go.
I'm buying plane tickets.
Well, I'm not going to have to worry about
Um,
it. I'm not going to have to worry about it because I'm going to qualify.
Austin Johnson, did you hear this?
Now,
Stupid shit happens to good people.
I got
too.
it.
The awkward silence.
okay, here's the thing. I'm going to cover up again. I got a Snapchat the other day, and it said South Dakota or Blizzard Bash. What people are getting onto is like you said, it's not shit. It's a 12-hour drive for most of us.
Right.
From, this
It's
area,
13.
even to Cody.
I'll just go ahead and lay it out here. You got, you can either drive 12, you're driving 12 hours. It's a whole different climate change. You got to deal with that snow. And if I remind you, is it North Dakota or South Dakota? It's fucking South Dakota? Yeah. They get a lot of snow.
But if you qualify, that ain't going to mean anything.
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
My big deal.
The car might be there. I might not be.
My big deal with the whole situation is I don't know if anybody's looked at the agenda on that, but they're having a Halloween party.
Yes, they are. Their pit party is a Halloween
So
party.
that's all I really give a fuck about.
Where?
South Dakota.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tech starts on Halloween.
Yeah.
I will be there if there will be single moms.
That's what drove you to do
that
this.
Kid that one out there isn't.
Is? You got something running around that they don't know about, bro, or what?
I don't know about
I mean, he did win.
I'll be 100%. I'm going to be. We'll be at Gold Rush.
I have
Win
not.
that draw.
I have not looked at the closest hotel or the closest airport. I'm not gonna lie. Uber.
Uber, bud. Me and George talked about this. I was like, dude, we're going to be out there with no car. He said, we'll just Uber it, dude. Where else are we going to go?
Or you rent a car.
I mean, like, yeah, we can rent a car. He's like,
Or,
we'll go sightsee until the sun goes
I'll have my truck out there, so you'll be fine.
Steven, we're there. Our nose will be in the house.
I'm going to rent a Prius.
That thing's going to see more airtime
It'll look like
than a skateboard.
It'll look like that episode of Jackass.
Yes. Or Days of Thunder.
No, the rental car.
Bringing back the rental cars.
Hit the pace car.
It's another Will Ferrell.
Dirty Mike and the boy. It's called a soup kitchen.
I'll just say it now,
These
for everybody
homeless people
sitting
have a
here,
fuck party.
we're all going to be at Gold Rush.
Turn my beautiful priest to a nightmare.
The only thing that his agenda for South Dakota, I know it's spaced out a little bit, and where Blizzard Bash is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sam's going Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you have your Sunday to drive.
As a driver, like a normal driver for these big shows, do you build two? Do you run one show? Do you run both shows? Can we do this? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you ski and we got to do this? We got to do that. We got to go here. We got to go. I mean,
Yeah.
how's that going to play out?
So you got your national guys, which I don't know. He hasn't announced how he's doing the national and qualifying team stuff for on the team side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's something. Maybe you've had a national spot when he did Blizzard Bash before.
Kinda going
If
back,
that will
yeah.
qualify. If that will make you to
We'll
where
pick
you
up our list from.
correct from the
Gotcha.
last one that they did, or how he's going to do it. I don't know. He has not. Sam has not announced that.
Call it.
Thank you.
And he actually told me to shut the fuck up.
You fucking.
Well, Trey will not come here because Trey doesn't like to talk.
But
doesn't.
fuck he doesn't.
He talks, but I don't think he wants to talk on a microphone.
If you want him to make fun of people, he'll do that.
Yeah. We'll save that for another episode.
Why
But
don't you just take it to his shop?
We've considered that, and I still don't think he'll sit down. I think Rob will sit down.
Oh,
Rob's
Rob's
done
doing
over the
100%.
phone,
Yeah.
and I've told Steven, I said, just tell him we'll come over and just get them both to sit down. But I don't,
Dude,
like
let's
Teddy
set
said,
up-
if he has enough sodies, he'll sit
Yeah,
down.
we'll have to talk to him about 11 o'clock on Saturday.
let's do a big
At
shop
night.
party. You get a bunch of us over there.
Yeah, we'll just do it in the
One
pool
big
house.
party.
It's
I
got
will tell you
bad
what,
shit
the
written
only
all
way
over
we
it.
will go to South Dakota is if PJ invites us to be on his team. That's the only way we're gonna go.
Hey, PJ, you hearing that?
But that's if his other teammates, the brothers, that's if they don't want to do it. We're not pushing our way in. That's his team. That's their team.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm even considering
But
running
wait a
South
minute.
Dakota.
What if you qualify?
If I qualify, but if I qualify, I have to do that too. But I don't.
Oh, shit. Okay, so he just said it. So if he qualifies,
He's in.
there's one car.
Yep.
PJ, other two guys back out.
Money.
That's two cars that you're going to have to haul.
Yep.
Hey, well,
So if Dalen qualifies,
He's on his own. He's fucking taking his own shit up.
so what if you, Dad, and Dalen qualify?
I don't know.
They're going to have to get a bigger boat.
Semi, perhaps.
Might have to get a toter. That one that Rob and them just bought, that's a nice fucking toter, dude.
That's what I told him. I said, you can't hide money. And then he sent me some lyrics to a Nelly song.
I'm thinking that might be one of them Nemo insulation tax purpose purchases.
I doubt it. He keeps that shit.
That's
Pretty
strictly
separate.
strictly business.
Yeah, I think that's all fucking separate stuff.
But that toter sure will hook onto a Nemo insulation trailer.
Yeah, but I'd say he don't want to be classified as a farmer.
Oh,
They are
my
good
God.
people.
Well, do we got any last questions that we need to ask Cody while we have him here?
Did the MILFs drive you to do this?
All the hot moms?
Yes.
Next show, bring lube with you. That's all I have to say.
Next show, don't. Here's what I'm going to say.
And
Next
that
show,
was not
don't.
offensive towards single moms or the older ladies. He was talking about the promoter.
How about next show we don't get in that same situation?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Some big driver told me this. He said when they come out and tell you something, he said you don't put the fate of the Derby in the official's hands. He said you take it out of their hands so they can't do that.
Correct.
So that whole thing for Blizzard Bash, that was a big learning curve for me. I've taken that and it's burned into my head. If I could go back through and change it, Most definitely I would. I would in a heartbeat for our team. But I mean, it happened. I mean, we're here now, and I'm not hurt by it. The only thing that even bothers me is I still don't know why he did it, and not anybody else.
Yeah, so if somebody in that organization is listening, which I'm sure at least one of them are, why don't somebody reach out to Cody and have a little conversation?
It's just a phone call. All you gotta do is message me. I'll give you my phone number.
Yeah, just a little bit of explanation of why it happened and what the reasoning was behind it. And even if it's a bullshit line, I think Cody
gets
would
some
still
closure
just,
from it.
yeah.
Just tell me.
An over
Tell
the
me-
pants handy would probably suffice
Yeah.
just as well.
And I mean, just tell me why I got it and nobody else throughout the weekend got it. That's what I want to know, because I mean, there's about 1,300 people that think the same thing.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
and there's still those other people out there that think that was the right call. So be it. That's your opinion. I have my opinion.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I mean, I'm saying my side of the story on this. I don't know.
We hit last episode. We did a little prayers for Skinny.
Yep.
Guess what? Homeboy's out of the hospital and he's home.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So everybody,
Sounds like Hunter's
worked.
taking care of it.
yes. And I think he's got a pretty good support group over there in the Kansas side. And like I said, we've talked that we were going to get over there to hang out with him for a day, and I didn't really want to do that shit in the hospital.
True that.
So thank you guys for lifting him up, getting him out. He's back to eating Mexican and all that good shit. So
That's what I'm going to go do
Still
today.
won't, still won't tell us her name.
So, guys, got any last words?
Can we finally knock Blizzard Bash in the fucking head?
Done.
Yes.
Blizzard Bash done.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Make jump, boys.